Good evening. BC Hydro crews have spent the day restoring power to thousands of people after a ferocious storm whipped across Vancouver Island Friday. Strong winds, heavy rain, even hail brought a quick end to what had been a stunning day for many Remembrance Day ceremonies. Dean Stoltz reports.
Even in normally stormy November, it's not very often Vancouver Islanders see a hailstorm like this. Pea-sized hail raining down on Comox early Friday afternoon. Just 20 minutes earlier, the sun had been shining as veterans and a large crowd gathered downtown Comox for Remembrance Day ceremonies. But in just a few minutes after the ceremonies ended, the sky turns black, the winds pick up, and the ground turns white. The temperature also dropped about 5 degrees in just a few minutes as the storm front blew through. Winds that caused havoc on the central island too, knocking trees onto power lines, cutting hydro to thousands of customers.
It was a pretty intense storm that hit us. Over 30,000 customers at its peak were without power in Vancouver Island when the storm hit us. Central Vancouver Island was hit extremely hard. Nanaimo, Arrington, Parksville, Qualicum area, and Gabriel Island.
Several Gulf Islands were hit hard, and by late Saturday, many people are still in the dark. Big wind-fallen trees like this one in Nanuce, usually the reason why. BC Hydro crews and contractors have been working non-stop to restore power, and not long after we shot these downed lines on Highway 19 just north of the Parksville exit, the highway was closed in both directions so crews and equipment could repair them. For several hours, traffic is sent on a slow detour through Parksville. The winds also blew down several construction fences, the sudden gale catching many people off guard.
Boom! Just out of nowhere, this wind came up. Yeah, like I said, we looked at the barometer and it was almost, it was really high, so it was obviously something was either coming or moving in.
And with colder temperatures behind the front, you didn't have to go very high on Mount Washington today to reach snow. These flakes falling only about halfway up Strathcona Parkway. This is storm season after all, and BC Hydro reminds us that power outages are a part of fall around here, adding that the new smart meters will be able to indicate immediately where outages occur.
A lot of times people will assume that someone else is called in, and they'll wait a lot longer than they needed to have waited because they assume someone else is called in. And with the smart meter, that's going to make things a lot easier. You won't even have to be home for us to know there's a power outage in an area.
Thankfully, the forecast for the week ahead is for more tranquil and clear conditions.